just a few, some feedback from our friends at Salesforce. Can I have my slides up? We should have so the Marketing Cloud of Salesforce has prepared the results at midday, so just an hour ago, from the social networks, so what's happening on social networks. So we had about 55,000 mentions of LeWeb on Twitter and Facebook. That's not small, that's pretty good. And the total accumulated number of followers and reach accounts for 230,000 people. Okay. Then where it is, you can see Twitter is 93% of shares. I guess there is no, like, it's probably difficult to measure Facebook because most of it is private, of course. But it's interesting to see that. So they do, so images, 1%, Facebook, comments, blogs. So Twitter is really dominant, of course, in terms of numbers. Those are the top speakers after 3 days, top being most talked about. Number 1 is Kevin Systrom. No surprise here, he announced the end of the Instagram pictures in Twitter as a card, which is huge news. It's being talked about still. It made the headlines of all the tech press and not only the tech press, because it's the Facebook versus Twitter war, which was an interesting announcement here. Tony Fadell, no surprise. Big surprise is Andrei Andreev, who found this trick of not speaking, but he's, by the way, he's listed as speaker because he judged, and he was due to give a prize. But Andrei threw a party, and he used social networking to fill up the party, and I think 1,000 of you showed up, so that was pretty interesting. Amber Case and David Marcus. This is Ramon de Leon, the Marketing Cloud of Salesforce. Took one example here in one session at 9:30 this morning. And you can see Ramon had, what is it? Well, about 500 or something. But you can see the peak and how reactive it is during his presentation at the exact time where he was online. And he got, oh, it's written actually, 585 updates during, or mentions during his presentation. So a good charismatic speaker gets a lot of attention, of course. Some trending users in French and English. If you start by English, on the right, you have Ramon de Leon. Trending on Twitter, you bet, of course. And Philippe of Evernote, Brian Solis, and there is, on the left, in French, mostly media, French Web, Les Echos. Age and gender, really quickly. Now you can see we're mostly between 25 years old and 44 years old. And the 31% female, 69% male. I would have said it would be even more than that, male versus female ratio. So that's a good surprise. And the topics to finish with: Facebook. Yeah, of course. Social media apps, internet, startups. Well, that's good. That's what we talk about. No surprise here. So thank you, Salesforce and the Marketing Cloud, for this. I am bringing back, just before we get into the next speaker, I'm bringing back this morning's first speaker. That was a really tough one. So I gave him a couple of minutes because I really love the product. Is Philipp Bolliger of Kobachi. If you were here at 9:30, at 9, it's a short version of this, but most of you were not. So Philipp, can you join me?
Perfect. It's great to be back already. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me get started by asking you a question. Think about plants. And the question is, how many of you have actually killed or lost a plant? Please raise your hand. Thank you very much. Don't feel bad or anything, because you're actually in very good company. We've asked over 3,000 people the same question, both in the US and Europe. And while we expected high numbers, over 90% have actually lost a plant, which clearly shows that taking care of a plant is something difficult, with which most people actually struggle. What can you do? Well, you go to the internet, you look up information, given you know the species of your plant, and you find information like this that tells you, stick the finger into the soil every 2 weeks, no fertilizer during winter time, and it gets complicated pretty soon. So to keep track of that and to make sure that you remember to do everything right, you start creating a calendar, which gets pretty complicated pretty fast. Hopefully not as complicated as this, and hopefully not as final, but you get the idea. What you really want is a simple assistant that helps you take care, that knows everything about your plant, and that just tells you what to do when you do it. You get a notification, and that's it. And to show you how we do that with Kobachi, I'd like to show you a short video.
So you come home from work, but before you have time to settle down, Furball, your cat, greets you with a loud meow. Okay, Furball wants food. It's obvious. But what about Benny, your beloved ficus? He also needs attention before it's too late. But plants can't talk. Well, until now, thanks to Koubachi. Koubachi is the interactive plant care assistant that gives your plant a voice. With Koubachi, your plants tell you exactly what they need when they need it. How? It's simple. Just go to my.koubachi.com or download the app from the App Store. Add your plant from the large plant library. Calibrate your plant once, and you're done. Koubachi is very smart and considers the species, climate zone, and even the current season. And we'll send you a notification whenever you need to mist, water, or fertilize your plant. But there's more. With a revolutionary Koubachi Wi-Fi plant sensor, you'll be able to monitor the vitality of your plants in real time. The Wi-Fi plant sensor transmits highly accurate data for soil moisture, light intensity, and temperature that helps the Koubachi system calculate with even more precision the best way to keep your plants healthy, blossoming, and happy. So forget about brown-leaved, unhappy plants, and always know exactly what your plants need. With Koubachi, give your plant a voice.
Right, so you can use Kobachi without the sensor. Just download the free app and you already get pretty good advice that is way better than anything else. And if you want to get perfect advice that is always spot on, you want to get one of these. The Kobachi Wi-Fi plant sensor measures the vital parameters of your plant, transmits this data wirelessly to our servers where we run sophisticated algorithms to determine the state of your plant and send you a notification whenever you need to take care. The Kobachi plant sensor is available in most online resellers in most European countries, and since November 14th, it's also available in your local Apple Store. And to finish this off, I would strongly believe that Kobachi makes a perfect showcase for the Internet of Things because it shows what can be done. And with Kobachi, we believe the Internet of Things is not just about connecting things or automizing our lives. It's about giving people more capabilities and empowering them to do great things. Thank you.